What's up, people? Welcome to yet another amazing episode here at TechHead. I know it's been a while since you saw this face. Mmezoea Steve. Lakini zoeni sauti. Msizoea Steve sana. Today we're going to talk about handheld gaming consoles. I happen to love gaming. I play games when, I'm not doing every other thing that I do in my life. But for a very long time, I've gamed on the Xbox, and the only downside was on the Xbox, you cannot carry it to wherever you need to go. And, one of my good friends decided to get me the Steam Deck, which I have used for quite a while, and it's still being used right now. I loved this because of the notion that I can now play from wherever I am, that I could install games, and when I'm on the road, sometimes I travel for very long hours. At least I could do something on this, and I enjoyed it since it lasted, because one of the things that was my biggest trade down with the Steam Deck was the platform itself, that you could not be able to play some games that you're used to because of compatibility issues. And that's why when this new console we're about to talk about was released, I was excited, really excited for it because of the possibilities that it could hold. And finally, imeland. Imeland. And that's the Asus ROG Ally X. Now, this is the second iteration of the Ally. They had the first Ally, the ROG Ally, and then they released the 2024 version, which is the Asus ROG Ally X. And off the box, I love this thing. It's such a beauty. I like how, if you look at it aesthetically, because it also must look nice. If you look at it, it has a very nice screen, and it's a very clearer display than the Steam Deck. But I'm not going to go into a comparison. And guess what, guys? If you'd like to see a comparison between the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally X, kindly let us know in the comment section. Probably we can make that happen very soon. But I love its display. It's something really nice to look at. It actually gets really bright when you go outside. One of the things I love about this is the RGB lighting, the ring around the joystick. That's something that I love. I love RGB. And the fact that you get that on the joysticks is something that I really like. I also like the fact that the buttons, the X, Y, B, A, which ideally are an extension of your Microsoft Xbox, gaming pad. So it has the same X, Y, B, and A. I like the fact that that has been brought into the ROG Ally. And the fact that they are colored, man, that one, for me, I love a bit of color. So that's that. I like also the fact that it has front-firing speakers. They fire up at you. So at least when you're gaming, you're able to be more immersed into the gaming experience because this is firing directly at you. I like the fact that the buttons for menus are minimal. They're minimalist. So at least they are out of your way so that you get to enjoy more of the gaming. I like the fact that ukishika kitu, it's a bit more comfortable to hold. It's a bit more sturdy. You have your kawaida triggers hapa juu. One of the things I'm gonna miss are the buttons huku nyuma. The Steam Deck had 4. This one only has 2. But basically, I love the aesthetic around the Steam Deck. The buttons placing, the ergonomics, the joysticks. That's something that I really like about it. If you come up on the top here, it has 2 slots. So at least you can have charging going on. You can connect to an external display, but you can also connect your external SSD or your flash disk on this. It also has an expandable memory slot. Now, this one comes off the box with a 1 TB option, but the fact that you have expandable memory means you can take it up to 2 GB. So you have 2 TB, so you have more than enough space to store your games. I like the fact that even its fans at the back here and the way it ejects the air is really out of your way. So if you're playing for long hours, this is something that you will use for quite a while. I've played games on this for about a week or so, and I enjoy the aesthetic. I also enjoy the fact that it's based off Windows 11. Now, that might be the only limitation for this thing, for reasons that we'll explain later, but it's better than what the Steam Deck comes with. And I love Windows 11 for one thing. It is basically an extension for me for my gaming. So the fact that you can play full-on PC games on this is such an advantage, because you can play titles, like Call of Duty, you can play Forza and all of that, because they're based on this. And the fact that because it's Windows 11, you get access to Xbox cloud gaming and all that. So, for someone like me who has an Xbox Game Pass subscription, I get to also have that here. So if I pay for the subscription there, I get to enjoy all those games on Xbox Game Pass here on the ROG Ally X. So that's something that really I looked forward to, and I'm currently enjoying, by the way, because the fact that I can play my titles, whatever I've downloaded, I can play them here and I can enjoy them full on. That's amazing. So you can do Xbox games, you can do EA games, you can even do other titles that are not necessarily from Xbox or EA or Ubisoft or whatever, just directly on this, because of the fact that it's based off Windows 11. You still need to do what you need to do with every general PC. That's do updates, software updates and all that, do driver updates, but that's something that runs automatically in the background. The other thing I love about this is its battery life. As I said, I've played around with it for a week, and this thing keeps charge. It keeps charge, and that's something that I'm enjoying. And the other thing I think I can also point out before we actually dive into the full review, which we'll do in the coming weeks, is the fact that it has Bluetooth. So you can connect your earbuds on this. I know it has a 3.5mm jack here at the top, but you can connect earbuds on this or your headphones and play directly, because of the fact that it's a full-on PC, so it has all those advantages that come in together. So this is a device that I'm very much interested in reviewing and using. Not just reviewing, but also using, because of the obvious reasons. I'm a gamer. I game for fun, I game for entertainment, and this becomes my escape. So see you in about 2 weeks or so when we have the full review. Probably based on your feedback, we can do a comparison, a head-to-head comparison between the ROG Ally X and the Steam Deck LCD. Maybe if you get a Steam Deck OLED, we can also throw that in the bunch. But situona nini bana, acha nikafunga tu mabao hapa kwa EA Sports. Tuone itakuwaje. It's a wrap from us guys here from TechEd. Peace out.